Okay, so here we are, we're back again now, and we're going to take it to the next level, and we're going to make the chicken soup that we've got on the Facebook. So down here, Tones, look at what we've got. This is the chicken that we did earlier on. So we're going to use the carcass, nice clean carcass, put that straight in. This is all flavour, make sure your hands are nice and clean. The leg that we took off earlier on, this is the leg that we did in just in 2 pieces, putting this all in. 2 breasts, and all the wings, and any trimmings that we've left on it, okay? Now, what we want to do with this is we want to just fill it with water. We're talking about 2 litres of water. It doesn't matter if it's a half pint more, half pint less, it doesn't really matter. Just going to cover it up. The reason why we're leaving the skin on, and this is a big tip, is because this will keep the meat lovely and succulent, and that makes a big difference on the end result, okay? So we're going to take the skin off at the end. That's why this is one of the healthiest soups you'll come across. But we're going to leave it on while we cook it to keep the meat nice and succulent. So basically we're just going to pour in the water here, and as I said, look, don't worry if it goes a little bit over, if it's more than 2 litres. We want to basically just cover it. Use a good pan, or a good pot I should say, so it's nice and big. Get the whole chicken in, and look, we're talking 2, maybe 2.5 litres of water in there. Okay? Now we're going to bring it over onto the stove. Every good kitchen has a good stock pot. Okay, so we're going to bring it up to the stove, turn on the heat, and what we want to do with this is we want to bring it up to the boil. As soon as it reaches the boil, we're going to turn it down to simmer, and we're going to simmer it for 20 minutes. And trust me, 20 minutes is enough, okay? And what we've got here in the pot right beside us is chicken that I jointed earlier on, brought up to the boil, simmered for 20 minutes, okay? Now, when you're doing the chicken at home, back up to me, Tons, when you're doing the chicken at home, it doesn't matter, it's great practice jointing this chicken like that. It doesn't matter if you make a mess of it, okay? And you leave too much meat on the carcass, because what we're doing here is we're going to peel it all off. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you don't get it perfect, practice makes perfect. That's what I say every time with it. Okay, so we go on to the next level. Right, so what we want to do is we want to take the pot that we've done earlier on, and a great little device here is a nice tongs. We basically want to take just our chicken out, make sure all the juice and everything is clear. Now, this is what I was saying to you earlier on. If this big debate that goes on, what chicken do you use? The chicken you use is the chicken you can afford, okay? When you use a good free-range chicken like this, you've got beautiful flavoured stock here. If you're just using one of the supermarket ones that are on sale for €2.50, €3, €5, you're going to need a stock cube to add into it, okay? But because we've got a good free-range chicken here, that's all the stock we're going to need. Okay, so basically what we're going to do, take a look at that chunk. Shoes there while I get ready. Now, so basically what we're going to do is we are just going to transfer our stock here on the side, because we want to use this pot again. Okay, so if you don't have, just use a bowl at home or something, it doesn't really matter. Okay, we want to make this as easy as possible. This pot is going to make the soup, so we don't need to wash it, we don't need to do anything. We're going to make this nice and easy. It's a one-pot wonder, okay? Now, we've got on the Facebook, we've got courgettes, we've got carrots, we've got mushrooms, we've got onions in there, we've also got a bit of crushed garlic, okay? And then we've got our kidney beans, our chickpeas, and our sweet corn, okay? Now this goes in at the very end. If we put this in at the cooking stage, we're going to make mush out of it, okay? This is simple cans like this, get them in any shop, just wash them well before we put them. Keep them separate, and we'll put them in at the very end. Okay? Now, problem with all these cookery shows, they never show you how to really chop up everything. So you've got your carrot, so we're coming in about 1 centimetre, straight down, turn it over so it's nice and safe, it can't shake anymore, and the same, like this, okay? Turn it over lengthways, again, about 1 centimetre. You want to keep everything pretty much the same size, okay? And then a chop, centimetre and a half. Doesn't need to be perfect when you're doing it at home. That's the beauty about cooking at home. Okay, so we'll do that again just so you see. Now you take your time at home. Keep them all pretty much in and around the same size. Okay, we get that guy later. Into our little pot. Now, courgette, exact same. Maybe just a little bit bigger, just because the courgette is different texture and it won't take as long to cook, so we make it just that little bit bigger. Okay, again, a nice dice, bite-sized pieces. Look at that, nice and perfectly chopped up. Okay, your mushrooms, top it, put it in half and into 3 or 4 pieces. Okay, don't worry about it. They're bigger, cut them into 4. They're smaller, cut them into 3. Simple button mushroom. Okay, the onion, this is what follow me now here, Chins. Okay, so we're just going to take out the little bit of the bulb at the end. Okay, turn it over sideways. Okay, you're going nice and slowly at home like this. Okay, or faster if you know what you're doing. Okay, turn it sideways, and again about half a centimeter up, half a centimeter up, half a centimeter up. Good sharp knife. This is, you won't cut yourself with a good sharp knife. Straight down. Okay, and here we got lovely chopped onions. Okay, simple, nice and simple. Okay, so let's go. Get our pot nice and low heat. A little bit of olive oil. No butter. Okay, and we're going to put in a mixture of diced onions, carrot, courgette, a little bit of garlic. And what we want to do is we want to sweat this up. Okay, so just leave it low heat 2-3 minutes. Okay, now me personally, I season everything here at the very beginning. Okay, nice little bit of salt. That's nice kind of rock salt. Okay, a little bit of pepper. Okay, and keep an eye on the pot there, Tones, while I try and find my herbs. So we've got a nice little bit of mixed herbs as well going in there. Okay, look, don't lose sleep over it again. You're talking a teaspoon, a tablespoon, it doesn't really matter. Okay, just enough to give it that nice little bit of flavour. Just coat everything in with the oil so that way nothing's going to burn. Okay, might give it another little blast of heat there, not too hot, and that's done. Now back over here 3 times. Okay, now so what we got here is our breast. Okay, so we're just going to peel off the skin. This is what I said to you, it's kept the meat lovely and moist, lovely and soft. You can see the juice coming out of it there. Just take off the skin and disregard, we're not going to want that. Okay, and what we're going to do then is just slice it up. This also now is a great way for cooking. If you take the breast and poach it just in water like that, this makes a very healthy dinner just to mix with a bit of salad or rice or something like that. So again, good practice. Okay, and we're just dicing it into chops like this. There, okay. Now, back up to me, Tones. This isn't a professional camera. Tony's not a professional cameraman, but this is going to be done in 2 parts so we can download it. Okay, so I'm going to get all the rest of the chicken ready for our next piece, and you'll be able to see how we're going to finish that soup. See you in a